Today we're reviewing OXO's V-Blade Mandoline Slicer. We just reviewed their handheld slicer and I wanted to see how their upgrade at $52.99 on Amazon currently will perform. We're gonna Julian some zucchinis. We're going to crinkle cut sweet potatoes. We're gonna make some potato sticks and we're gonna give it the ultimate shallot test to see how thin we can get it. So stay tuned to OnToReviews. Subscribe if you haven't already. We test products in our kitchen using real recipes. We wanna vet products for you to see what you should invest in your kitchen so that you can keep these devices and enjoy using them for years to come. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a like and let's get on to reviews. Okay, so this is an all plastic mandolin. It's really lightweight, so it's not very heavy to use. The benefit already with this is that you get like a good handle at the top and a base. So you can just sort of place this down and use the mandolin. So obviously that is the first upgrade from the handheld mandolin. However, you know, this is larger, so you will have to find a place to store this. It may not fit in your drawer like I have for our handheld mandolin, but it does offer more features. So on the side here is your unlock lock, and then you've got a green, blue, yellow, and orange dot. And on the side here is a guide, and that tells you how thick you're gonna cut. So already that is really nice to have. You're not sort of doing the guesswork where you have to eyeball it, but there is only 4 settings. If you need something in between, you won't get that option. You would just use this push button here and you'll just toggle through each of the dots depending on what thickness you want. Another feature that is nice, so I'm just gonna set this to unlock, is you have a storage compartment. So here is your typical V-blade, and that will just get you standard slicing. We'll lift this up, and in here is where you'll store your other blades, which I thought was really nice. So this one is your French fry blade here. And then you have your Julian blade here. And it also gives you a recommendation, it looks like, 1/8 of an inch for Julian and 1/4 inch for your French fry blade. So that will be really fun to try and see how it works. Let's just put this back here. So this goes in first and then you just push this down. Be careful you don't touch the blade. And then this lifts back here. You get another blade, and that would be for your crinkle cut. So we'll use that for this sweet potato fries. And that one you would just take this out and replace it with this guy. So everything is really nicely designed as OXO does. There's a place to store your blades, and then hand grip is a little bit extra too. You got extra spikes, so that will secure and hold your vegetable or fruit in place as you're going. So let's put this to the test and let's get started with our zucchinis, and we'll see how the Julian feature works. So I've washed and cleaned all the parts here, and I will say that it was a little bit tricky figuring out how all of the pieces go in and out and how it all works. So it's a little bit of a learning curve there. And I will post a visual short that you can access that will sort of do a run through so you can watch that and see how everything goes together. And I will say that obviously cleaning this, there's a lot more involved. There's a lot of parts and pieces to clean, which, you know, that's where a handheld mandolin would come in handy if you just want something on the fly, because this is a commitment. Once you pull this out, you have to clean pretty much everything. I think that is a downside for the storage component because, you know, these pieces technically need to be cleaned. They're going to get exposed or contaminated in some form or fashion. But we'll see how this performs and see if it's worth it overall as an investment in your kitchen. So let's get started. We need the Julian blade. So we're going to go to the back here. It says French fry Julian. We're going to pull the Julian blade out here. And it has a recommendation to do 1/8 of an inch. And I would assume that's because the distance between these blades is 1/8 of an inch. So if you want a perfect square, that's the setting you will use. So that's kind of nice that it sort of guides you through what to use. A lot of the mandolins, you sort of just eyeball it. So we're going to take that blade out and we're going to remove this piece here. This is like your guard. If you're just doing a typical slice, you would always have this in. And by the way, to remove this altogether, there's a little bit of a notch here. So you'll just turn this on the 45. It's as far as it can go, and you just remove it that way. That way you can safely remove the blade and place this on. So there's a little groove here that you'll place the blade on a 45, and just make sure you mind your fingers and you just pop that in place. So we'll put this back down on the 45 here, and we'll push that down. Now on the side here, we're going to use our guide. It's recommended 1/8 of an inch, so that's blue. So the blue dot here, we're going to push this in here, turn the notch to 1/8 of an inch. All right, let's cut our zucchini. And again, the length of your Julian will depend on the length that you cut your zucchini. And the pins will just automatically do the work for you. Let's give it a shot. This will push the zucchini down as you go, so you're not getting as much waste, but this is what we have left over. And here are our Julian pieces here. So pretty nice, consistent, super easy to use. Give that a wash. Just put that in a bowl. Let's take this out now. We'll just move this to unlock. We'll pull this up, take this out. Okay, remove this piece here. Always be careful that you're not touching the blade, and we'll place this in the storage. Now we're gonna put this piece back on because we're gonna use the crinkle cut. We're gonna do the sweet potatoes next, and we don't need a Julian piece on. So let's put that down. We'll take this off. This comes all the way up. You push on these two pieces here to release the tension. You can remove the crinkle cut, and we will put this back in for storage. You put the tips in first, and then you can push this down. You'll hear a click. So this one is recommending either yellow or orange. We'll place that in here. Bottom first, push this down till you hear it like a click. Now let's set this to, let's do 1/4 inch crinkle cut, the biggest setting here. We will cut our sweet potato. Gonna make it like a manageable piece here. Let's place this in first. So this is nice because you get a really good grip. You push this in as much as it will go. This pops out and then you're good to go. So let's try the crinkle. I'm gonna remove the first one. It's on an angle. Push down hard so you get nice, even, consistent pieces. This one, it's very important that you cut the sweet potatoes straight. Otherwise you get an angle, and also you're not gonna be able to just sort of like glide this back and forth. You have to give it some good pressure if you want it to be nice and even, I find. Otherwise you lose control of the sweet potato and the thickness is inconsistent. So this one's a little bit more work, but you get consistent crinkle cuts. So that'll be great because, you know, sweet potato is so good for you. So I'm always looking for ways to incorporate it into our meals. And this is kind of fun. I think the kids will enjoy that. Okay, we're gonna give this a rinse. And next up, we're gonna try potato fries. I just wanted to note this sweet potato has stained the mandolin. So if you're somebody that wants like pristine appliances, I'm not sure the plastic is for you. So we'll review the stainless steel one next and see how that performs. We're gonna do the potatoes. We need to remove this piece here. So I'm gonna just remove it like that. We'll lift this up. We need our standard blade, and we'll store this away. Put this guy in. Now we're gonna remove this piece altogether just for ease of use. Remove this basic piece here. Now we're gonna use the French fry blade, and this recommends a 1/4 inch. Okay, and then we'll just place it in like that. Put it back in the 45, put that down. We're gonna adjust this to the 1/4 inch thickness here. Get our potato going, place that in, and let's give it a shot. This is what was left over, so that's pretty good. I just reviewed the Japanese Berliner mandolin that gave us some potato sticks. Theirs was a little bit thinner, so when I fried it up, they kind of became almost like those hickory sticks that are like bag chips. They were a little bit more crispy than I would have liked, but I like that this is a little bit thicker. So I'll link the review for the Japanese mandolin below. So this is a really nice consistency, super easy to use, fast. We might have more French fries in the house. My son will love that. It's one of his favorite foods. So let's just get that over here. So the last test we're gonna do is the shallots, and we're gonna see how thin we can go. That I feel like is the #1 need for a mandolin in my kitchen. So let's see how thin we can go. We'll give this a rinse. Okay, let's do the shallots. We need to remove the French fry blade. You adjust this to the unlock setting, lift this up. We'll pull this out. Watch your fingers. If you face it down and just pop it forward, it's a little safer. Put that back in. We have our standard slicing blade in, so we haven't used that yet. We're gonna use the finest setting at 1/16 of an inch. And so we'll see if that's thin enough because you only get 4 settings with this one. So I wanna see, is that thin enough for my shallot? Let's give it a test. I'm gonna give it like a nice straight cut so it has an even slice right off the bat. And we're gonna place it this way because the base is bigger and you'll have a little bit more control. We're gonna have to push down on this. All right. This is my waste left over, not bad. Let's see. Okay, So this is not as thin as I would like it. The Japanese mandolin was the best so far. This is thin, but it's not as thin as I would like it for a professional style thin cut shallot. And I'm crying again. Otherwise it was easy to use. We'll just put that there and get it out of my face. All right, let's give this a rinse so I can stop crying for you. Okay, so overall, this did a really nice job. It was super easy to use. I like that it's lightweight, and I like that you're able to store the blades away within this one device. So you're not kind of going back and forth to get the blade. It's all here when you need it. You can work on the fly. So the downside of that, however, is all of the parts that you need to clean could potentially get contaminated. So you would have to clean each blade individually, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Just something I wanted to note. Also that this is made of plastic. It's nice and lightweight. However, that's also why I think it's $52.99. It's cheaper material. So you will get some staining because it is white over time. So if that's something that matters to you, I would definitely look at a stainless steel option. We will review the upgrade of the OXO Mandoline next in the stainless steel material, and we'll see how that compares. I'm also curious to see if a V blade matters versus a straight blade, which I'm more familiar with the straight blade mandolins. This feature here was really nice. The fact that the pins actually grab what you're slicing, and then you can push down and you get more control as you go, and you have little waste. So I liked that. The Julian feature for the potato at 1/4 inch was the perfect size, I think, for a good potato. And that was really easy to use. And also the Julian for the zucchini was really nice as well. And the crinkle cut worked really nicely too for the sweet potato fries. However, I don't know about you, but I am curious how Chick-fil-A does their crinkle cut. If you know, please comment below. And the shallot overall worked well, but however, I felt like it wasn't as thin as I would like it to be for a professional grade mandolin. But overall, you want something that gives you an easy, quick meal that works for you at that mid-level price point. I think this is a good investment for you. It's really simple to use. There's the 4 settings that guides you through what your setting is, so you don't have to do the guesswork. I would recommend this product if you're not looking for precision cutting in some cases, but otherwise, you know, it walks you through. It's really easy to use. It's a good price point. It's OXO, a brand we know and love. So I hope this review was helpful for you. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'll link the mandolin playlist below so you can compare other models that we reviewed. Stay tuned as we continue this mandolin journey. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.